Hey guys, I'm Sydney Mary, the founder of Retired College Athletes, and I want to bring you into the series I'm calling The Panel. I sat down with a few friends of mine and retired college athletes, and we talked about a lot of things from body image to recruiting and everything in between for college athletes. I hope you enjoy the series. It's a fun one. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification below. And if you hear something in this that you like or that resonates with you, be sure to comment. See you guys.
The biggest thing is when I started talking to coaches, then I knew that they were actually interested, whether that was assistants or the head coach. But yeah, just really, I remember having to schedule calls. I have to remember to call this coach tonight.
I mean, because they couldn't call you, I'm sure, at that time, and so it's
they can text now though. So
yeah,
that would have been cool.
Gosh.
Didn't have any of that.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that for the kids these days? Is that too much?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the kids, they don't have they're very uncomfortable speaking on the phone for so many of them, and so they do prefer texting. But then I think it's difficult to get to know kids that way. But I mean, I guess it's more comfortable for the kids, so we'll be okay with it.
Right, right. How was your recruiting process?
Much like every aspect of my recruiting process, it was not normal. But I can remember getting letters, questionnaires. Yeah. The questionnaires where you're filling out, your entire life. But yeah, I came to basketball pretty late, so I didn't even know what to expect. But yeah, just getting things in the mail is my first memory for sure.
Yeah, I think that was the same for me. I got stuff in the mail. I do remember going to camps though, and that skyrocketing my career. I went to the North Carolina basketball camp for 4 years straight, and actually got offered in eighth grade not from the camp, but they saw me in camp, and then later at an AAU tournament, it was actually the Deep South. I'm not sure they still have it at UNC and stuff, but that's when I was offered, and I just thought that was such a whirlwind of a process. I don't think my recruiting process was. I think it's what people would think is normal, what people think of in recruiting, where it's coaches are interested, they reach out, you get an offer, and it's okay, we're moving on. But in reality, I don't think that's what it's like for everybody. It's a little bit more of talking to them, really building a relationship, all that stuff. And so when you ended up going to Samford, how was that process for you? Was it they were just really interested right off the bat and they offered you, or what was that like?
So my recruiting process, you briefly kind of showed, it was anything but normal. So I mentioned this to you a while ago, but whenever I was a sophomore, I committed to the University of Louisiana Monroe. And I committed super young, and I committed because I was in love with the coach. She was amazing. She believed in me. I did not care that it was 8 hours away. I didn't care that their colors were a horrible mustard yellow.
Which matters.
It matters.
Oh, good.
You have so many clothes from this school, and if it's orange or I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I committed yellow. I think they are.
Yeah.
Gross. I'm
yeah.
kidding.
Gross. Yeah. But I committed there, and long story short, she ended up retiring because she was a little bit older. And so then, whenever you commit at such a young age, you kind of cut off your recruiting. Mm-hmm. So whenever I had to open up that recruiting, back up, as a junior, I was kind of feeling the pressure,
Right.
But I grew up in Hoover, Alabama, so Samford was always kind of familiar to me, and I knew it was a level that I could play at. I knew that the coach had some interest in me, and I had a really good tournament in Raleigh, and then they ended up offering me. But yeah, it was a really weird path to get there, but everything happens for a reason, and I think that I ended up there for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you committed early. What advice would you give? Because you said, it cuts off your recruiting process. Coaches respect, even though you haven't signed, they kind of respect that you're just going to be going there. Unless you decide to decommit, then they get more interested. So what advice would you give to girls now?
Don't commit early. Don't do that. I'm a very emotionally driven person, so whenever I saw how great that coach was, and I felt she gave me all these great feelings. I felt confident. I felt like I could make an impact. I thought that I was going to be taken care of. So I was this is where I want to be. And that's a very big decision of me to make whenever I was sophomore in high school, like 15
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah.
it was like, I definitely should have, like similar to your, whenever you made your decision, I should have given it way more time because like, there's a big difference between a sophomore and a senior.
Completely.
So like just like emotionally mature and your body changes, you can get hurt, like there's just so many things that can go into it. So I definitely would give the advice of like, enjoy the process, like evaluate all of your options, like look deeply into things, talk to your parents, talk to mentors, talk to whoever, so that you can make, at the end of the day, like a really sound decision.
Yeah.
Like give yourself the best chance of making the right decision.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit the bell notifications so that you don't miss a video that we put out. Keep in mind, RCA is a podcast, so you can check us out wherever you stream podcasts. Also, follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, and if you really love our content, you can become a patron. You give to us monthly, and we give you exclusive content. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.